Good morning and welcome. I am going to talk about communication, but not communication with words, not verbal communication. I'm going to talk about communication with our bodies, body language, nonverbal communication. This means our facial expressions, our posture, our gestures, even our tone of voice. A famous American anthropologist once said that 70% of what is communicated in a conversation may be nonverbal. The name of this anthropologist was Raymond Birdwhistell. Yes, Birdwhistell. And his specific field of study was kinesis. It is the study of body movements used in communication. It's a study of body language. I don't know if that 70% figure is accurate or not. Perhaps in some situations. I would like to bring up two interesting things to consider with regards to nonverbal communication. The first is whether it is more honest than verbal communication. And the second question regards how universal it is, whether it is universally true with all humans or not. It is easy to hide our true thoughts and feelings when speaking. If this girl said, "I'm fine," you might wonder if she really is, because her body is sending a different message. You can say one thing with words, but it's difficult to hide your true feelings in your body. For example, you cannot prevent blushing if you are embarrassed. You cannot stop sweating if you are nervous. You cannot slow down your heartbeat if you are scared. We can say we are fine, but if we are in a panic, we cannot hide that fact. So in a sense, nonverbal communication may be more honest than verbal communication. Regarding the second point, how universal is nonverbal communication? Do we all do it? Do all humans do it equally and the same? This is an interesting question because some things do seem universal. All humans laugh and cry and show fear in the same way. So basic emotions have universal expression. That seems true, but it's more complicated than that. The meaning of a gesture is sometimes determined by the situation and the relationship between the people involved. For example, what does a smile mean? It could mean I like you. That would be a sign of affection. It could mean that I'm trying to make you comfortable. That might be a way of being polite. It might mean that I think you said something funny, and that would be feedback. The point is, gestures, even those expressing universal emotions, are sometimes determined by the situation and the people. Consider etiquette. manners. Social manners vary from culture to culture. How do people greet each other or meet each other for the first time? Some people bow, some people shake hands, some people touch foreheads. These are culturally distinct gestures. Another interesting and potentially embarrassing fact is that cultures use gestures differently. A famous example of this has to do with the former President of the United States, Richard Nixon. If you make a circle with your thumb and first finger in the United States, it means okay. That's a very famous gesture. In Japan, traditionally, that gesture meant money. Well, in South America, that gesture has a sexual meaning. And it was rather embarrassing when the former President Richard Nixon made a huge mistake on a trip to South America. He held up both hands using this okay gesture. Of course, the people in the audience were shocked because it meant something entirely different to them. It did not mean okay. It was a rather embarrassing way for the president to learn of the cultural meaning behind different gestures. So, in summary, I have said that nonverbal communication may be more honest than verbal communication. And I pointed out that all humans have universal expressions of basic emotions, but there are culturally distinct ways that we communicate with gestures. That's really all I have to say. So thank you for listening.